There is a house in Kalratee, far north of Kalratee. Tucked away in the woods, it has stood empty for quite a while now. No one knows where the residents went, or why exactly it still stays empty. But as it has gathered dust, it has gathered ghost stories from the young folk daring each other to knock on the door. And while older folk laugh at these silly ideas, none of them dare step inside, in case whatever has taken root in those walls decides to take root in them too. Of course, there are those who would dare step inside, look upon whatever has claimed this home, and attempt to free it from this curse. And thankfully, if you do need their help, all you must do is ask. Hello and welcome to Deck of Many Aces, an actual play podcast made with actual asexuals. That cuts out a lot on my Discord.
Yeah.
So I just heard occasional blabs, but it was great.
I think it cuts out on everyone's Discord, to be honest. I'm always pleasantly surprised with the number of whams whenever I go to edit.
Today, I am doing the opening, because today we are not going to be playing with our typical characters. We are going to be playing a one-shot, specifically a ghost hunting one-shot in Kalratee, the Grow Folk City.
I am vibrating with excitement.
I am Eiriol, I use she, they, and I am your DM, your demi-romantic...
Come on, there's one...
Marsupial.
Oh, you could have done meringue. We were just talking about blood meringues.
We were just talking... Next time. Meringues next time. I will forget that.
Marsupial is a good one, though.
Yeah. I'm stealing all the best ones off you, Ellie. You're not going to be able to use these.
Do it.
Who's going to introduce themselves next? We don't have an order this time. It's chaos.
I would say alphabetical and then special guest.
Yes, we have special
Starts
guest.
with me.
Yes.
I'm Chloe, hello. I use she, her pronouns, and today I'm playing Yaya Akikt, who is an Arakocra ranger, and also uses she, her pronouns. Over to Ellie.
No, I'm last, babes, because I'm Webster, right?
No,
It's first name.
Is it?
Yeah.
Has it? No, because
It works both ways.
it works both ways for
my
all of the
God.
rest of you except for me. So I'm just going to have a small existential crisis. Shall I go now? This...
Yes.
Okay, fine. I hate this. Hi, I'm Ellie. Oh, I hate this. I use she, her pronouns, and I am playing Gamble, a wild magic sorcerer changeling.
What's their pronouns?
Oh, she, her. She also uses she, her pronouns.
Oh, is
You,
it me?
Katie.
Getty.
In my defence, this is not a normal episode.
This is okay. Yeah, that's fine.
Hello, I am Katie. I use she, her, all of them pronouns, and today I am playing, drumroll, Jacob, who is a human warlock, and he uses he, him pronouns.
Very nice.
And finally, the special guest.
Well, hello there. I'm Nathan. I use he, him pronouns. I'm visiting from Cast of Many Things, and this is not my real voice.
Excellent. Bring out the bass.
I'll be playing Gimbal, who is a clockwork soul sorcerer, and who uses he, they pronouns, and is brother to Gamble.
Yeah, baby.
The Chaos Twins.
The Chaos Twins. Wow.
What's Yaya's
The
pronouns?
twins.
I think I missed that.
Yaya's she, her.
Okay.
I was gonna say, I feel like maybe because I'm not at the helm of this ship, the chaotic pre-show banter is less so. Or maybe it's because Am's not here. I don't know.
Might be because
Are you categorising this banter as not chaotic?
Yeah, you are also. I am also
this
at the
is
head
very
of this
chaotic.
ship, so like
You are.
it
You are
might
at the head
not
of the
feel
ship.
like it's chaotic, but I assure you, there's chaos. It's
I
coming.
think I mean more like the banter we've had so far, dear listeners, has probably been cut out because of swears. So I'm just like, this isn't. I feel like we're just like, I'm ready to get on with the episode. This is very unlike me. Deeply weird.
because
you're not running
you're not-
it. You don't have that anxiety about starting.
You're
That's
not putting
it.
it off in case you ran out of notes.
That's
why.
it, baby.
Baby.
I mean, we did start with blood meringues, and I was having a lot of trouble keeping, like, not laughing through the whole thing.
You were
Okay.
very good at like being a surprise special guest.
Why, thank you.
Well behaved.
Unlike the rest of us.
And our first special guest on the podcast. This is very exciting for us. Like, woo!
So many firsts. Okay, shall we start the game?
Let's do it.
Let's go, baby.
I am unfamiliar completely with my character sheet, so yes, let's see what happens.
For the listeners at home, I did just dab.
Yeah! I'm imagining the beautiful soundscape of music that Chloe will hopefully be creating for this. I'm just like immersed in it, even though it doesn't exist yet.
Gay fear.
I'm here. Gay fear. No pressure, Chloe. No pressure.
We start with your characters. I thought to say our characters. That's not how this works. I don't have a character. We start with your characters coming to the Grove City, Kalratee. You have been requested for a piece of work. There is a ghost problem, as it's kind of briefly been described, and they've asked you to make your way to the city, and specifically, very specifically, you need to make your way to the city, and then when you get to the city, make your way to the large tree in the centre that I cannot remember the name of, but I will find.
Good start.
Yeah, and not to go out of your way, because you will be met at the tree and shown where you can go and all of these different things, but you really need to come to that tree first. They haven't exactly told you why yet. As you enter the city, what do we see? Do you want to describe your wonderful characters?
I mean, yeah, I can describe that.
No one says anything.
Yeah, who's in charge?
Character awkwardness. There's
Oh,
a fe-
Yaya is most definitely in charge, I feel.
Absolutely. Yeah, that tracks.
oh yeah, it's not
That tracks.
Jacob.
It's not Jacob, and it's definitely not the Chaos Twins.
Woo.
Hey,
Are we going somewhere?
oh my god.
Yes.
I don't know. I think we might be going. There's supposed to be this big tree, but I feel like this is kind of more exciting to just like explore the city. I don't know how you feel about this,
I've
but
heard-
like,
I have heard things about this place. I mean, I've never been before.
yes.
I would prefer to go to where they said we should go
Oh.
for safety reasons and also not dying reasons.
Jacob is right. We've been asked to go to the tree, so we're going to the tree.
Aww.
Come on.
Thank you.
I think as we're walking, like if from a like external POV, in terms of what Gamble looks like, it's like every time the party pass a stranger, Gamble takes on the appearance of the person as soon as they're just like out of sight. So they look like a dwarven woman, and then a grove folk person, and then an elven man, and they're just switching and switching and
correct
switching
you
and
on
switching
this.
and switching.
Everyone you see in this city is going to be grove folk.
Oh, okay. Not even the fancy people who like live here because it's exotic.
There are very few people who live like that. There are.
Okay.
It is a countable number of people who live like that.
Okay.
So like 7.
In
So
that case,
you're just changing. Also, the grove folk are considerably. Some of them are considerably taller than you. So it's like a squashed version of the grove folk people. That
I think I can change size. I think
you?
changelings can change size as long as the creature is like
Humanoid.
medium or small, as long as they're not a large creature.
I think some of these are large.
Which I don't
what
think
she's
you are.
saying.
No. They're all classed as medium because medium is like large is like a footprint kind of thing of like how much
Yeah.
space they take up, whereas they're just all very
just tall.
tall.
Yeah, so I think Gimbal is like Gimbal? That's the wrong twin. Oh dear.
And it begins.
It begins. Gamble.
Yes, did you need something?
Sorry, I'm just really excited. Although I'm kind of bored now. Like all of these trees sort of look the same. Is that racist to say that all of the trees look the same? I don't know. I'm just used to a slightly more diverse palette of people to imitate. I think they
Have
can.
you not been listening for me teaching you about the trees?
No.
Look, that one's an orc, and that one's a... I don't know my trees. That one's a beech tree.
So did you just say it's an orc?
Oak.
Oak. Oh,
Oak, orc.
Okay, sorry.
She's doing a northern
That's an orc
accent.
tree.
I'm doing
That's
a northern
an elf
accent.
tree.
An elf tree and an orc tree had a baby.
I thought we were going to the forest, not the beach.
Beech is a type of tree.
Beech tree.
Oh, right, I'm not paying attention.
As you're staring at these collections of different trees that for you look very similar but have their uniqueness, through the forest you start to see this kind of ridiculously huge tree that spirals up into the forest and above the leaves. You start to see these huge roots come into view as you are walking further towards Kalratee, the sort of heart of Kalratee.
Gamble starts like pulling on Gimbal's sleeve and it's like, Gimble, I want to climb it.
Gimbal blinks, looks at Gamble, looks up, and Gimbal is, in contrast to Gamble, very obviously a changeling. Very pale skin, long silvery hair, kind of slight build. I guess we could climb it. Do you have any climbing equipment?
My hands?
Isn't it?
Are we allowed to climb it?
I don't know.
I think if we're allowed to climb it, it'll have like steps, and if not, they'll probably not want us to do that.
Eiriol, have we been told specifically where to go at the tree or just at the tree?
Yeah, I mean, I have. Oh no, I don't have climbing. Oh no, I do have climbing tools. I couldn't remember if I'd lost them or not.
Does Myra have climbing equipment?
Mara is not allowed to make it. Oh, that's a Scottish
Scottish!
accent. Myra's not allowed to help us climb again. You know what happened last time.
I know.
I think.
I know.
Do you want to fall again?
No.
I think if we climb anything, Myra will just stay in my bag. That's what will happen.
Good plan.
And we will just use the hammer into the wall things, except not, because that might be rude.
Aw.
You're walking to the base of this tree, right? No one's running off and doing something mad, I'm guessing. I'm hoping.
I hope not.
Much to Gamble's sadness, no. She is deciding to stick with the group.
There is a tall growfolk person, although they're actually just kind of normal height, but they're quite tall for all of you, who sees you walking towards the big tree and clocks you and starts to walk towards you. They sort of come up to you and start shaking your hands, going, "Hello, it's great to meet you."
Gamble goes in for a hug.
Oh God!
I try and stop Gamble from doing that, but I don't put too much effort into it because I'm a bit intimidated by Gamble.
And they'll be like, "Oh, yes. Hi, I'm Gurtless.
It's nice to meet you.
Hello, Gutless.
Gurtless. Yes.
I'm Jacob. Nice to meet you.
I understand you're here to sort out a ghost problem we've got.
We are.
We are, yes.
That's absolutely brilliant. At the moment, I'm actually slightly busy. I have a meeting to go to, but Matraldi will show you to where you're staying. There is something I need to tell you before you go, though, and I will come and inform you. And then they're very flustered, by the way. They're like wildly flustered. They take out a pocket watch and they sort of go, 3 hours. 3 hours I will come to where you're staying, and I'll inform you of everything and tell you what's going on. But for now, feel free to explore the city, see what's around. The only thing that I should say is don't eat anything. I don't know if you're aware, all of the food within the city is likely to hurt or kill you.
Likely?
Oh, we're well aware, and I like stare at probably not Jacob. I think Jacob's sensible enough not to eat
wants
the
to
food,
not die.
but yeah, I stare at the twins like,
What's the statistical...
aren't
When
we?
have you ever known me not to follow the rules?
Oh my goodness,
What's the statistical, like, possibility of, like, injury or death? Because, like, I mean...
100%.
100%.
100%.
Aww.
Yeah, it does depend on what you're eating, but
No, don't say that, because then they'll
do
eat
something.
it.
It depends on the effects change, but they are not safe for consumption for you.
Aw.
Sadly.
Gamble, you will definitely die, and then you'll never, ever, ever get to climb the ginormous tree.
Aw.
Because you'll be dead.
I mean...
Can I see your watch?
Yes, of course, and hands it over to you.
Oh my god.
Gimbal listens to it and adjusts some things, opens it up.
What?
That's not very polite, Gimbal.
Oh, I'm so sorry for my friend, Mix. What was her name?
Gertless.
Gurtless.
Gimble's just making some changes.
It's 2 seconds fast.
I'm so sorry for my friend there. They can be somewhat eccentric, but it's all part of the skill and the job.
Says the person with the creepy talking doll, but okay.
Here, it's better than new.
Precisely.
I think you'll find it's even better now.
Nice one, Gimbal.
Please ask next time, Gimbal. Please, we've talked about this.
Have you actually improved it, or have you improved it in quotation marks?
It was 2 seconds fast, and I made it 2 seconds slower.
I thought you said you made it 2 seconds slow to go.
No, I made it exactly perfectly on time.
Okay.
Gimbal is looking at the watch and says, "It was very nice to meet you."
Yes, and I'm sad.
Oh, I was talking to Melvin.
The watch has a name?
I've told you before, Gimbal. Clocks don't have feelings or names or lives.
That's very subjective.
Please
It's
be
a
polite
watch.
to the definitely people instead of the maybe people. The definitely people are the priority.
Careful, he'll hear you.
Yes, I try.
It's very rude.
My apologies, watch. Also, my apologies, person I just spoke to in a professional capacity. We won't trouble you any further. See you later. Thank you. Goodbye.
This is already such a good party dynamic.
Yaya literally, if you say goodbye, the Yaya's literally turning around and leaving.
Wait.
no.
Yaya, we have the entirety of the city to explore. Where could we go?
I'm going to scout.
Yeah, Matraldi, who's a hulk of a growth, like built like a brick house, kind of, but
A brick redacted house.
A wood house.
yeah,
Like a house. Just like a house.
A himbo? Is he a himbo tree? Is he a himbo tree?
Oh no.
Oh.
No. Very, very serious face, like, and has a great sword strapped to their back.
Ooh.
Yeah, and says, "If you like, I can show you to your premises."
I mean, I guess. Or we could explore the city.
Well, we need to know where we're going first.
How about we do one thing and then the other thing?
I guess.
You can
I'll
leave
show
your
you
stuff-
any sights along the way.
Okay.
They lead the way sort of away from the huge tree, Kalratee, and the buildings around you are very spacious and open, and they're usually kind of single-story building. There's shops with different things in as you're going, and you do end up walking through a market at one point that's got lots of food and interesting knickknacks and piles of sort of spices and different things that you can you could eat if they didn't kill you, as they go along their way to a small house that is going to be your place of residence. Do you want to specifically do anything along the way? Is there anything you'd love to see?
Do they have any cheap spices I could buy? Not eat, just buy.
Yeah, most of them are very cheap.
Okay, I'd like...
Metraldi will be like, I'm sure you're aware you can't...
Oh, it's not for me. I don't plan on eating it, no. Is it safe for me to touch? I'll wear gloves. I'll put gloves on.
I'm not sure, but I'm sure it'll be fine.
I would like to buy some very spicy spices and put it in my little bag.
And they say, what? You want spicy? And then they'll show you to like this mound of like sort of neon green spices. And you can take, I'm guessing, like a pouch of them. Kind of thing.
Okay.
I really want to lick it. Out of character, really want to lick it. Both in and...
Mountain Dew flavoured.
You take 100 damage, you die, the end.
Yeah, it's
Can I lick
basically.
it? Can I lick it?
Every time Gamble...
Yes, you'll die.
No, I'm not sure what would happen, but I don't think it would be good.
Okay, what were you going to say, Nate?
Every time Gamble thinks about eating it, Gimbal, through their telepathic link, is like just subtly positioning himself between Gamble and the spices.
Oh yeah, we can read people's minds. Just a heads up.
Lol.
Yay.
No secrets in this party.
You have nothing to hide, you have nothing to fear.
Just each other's minds.
How much does the spice cost? Just like a couple of GP?
Oh, less than that, like a couple of coffee.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, basically nothing.
Okay, I'm gonna keep that with me.
Yeah, a lot of the things here are surprisingly cheap. There are also like normal goods that are slightly different but very similar, like clothes and things like that. There is even like a smith at one point who's got metal items, although they're less. There's only like one person you see that's selling anything made out of metal. There's a lot of stuff that's like made out of wood and plants and sort of woven, that kind of stuff.
So there's no like clockmaker's shop or anything?
No, not here, no.
Darn.
I'm sorry, Gimbal.
Jacob, you know you can't eat that, right?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. It's not for me. I'm wondering what'll happen.
Oh my god, are you gonna give the spices to your doll?
I just want to know what'll happen if she eats it.
In that case, I don't want to know.
Either she'll get stronger, or she'll die, and either one of those is good for me. So, yeah, I just thought while we're here.
I worry about you sometimes.
Well, that's a relief. I thought you were planning murder.
Oh no, well, doll murder, possibly. I mean, I've tried other ways of killing her, and
Jacob,
they haven't worked yet. I don't know. Do you have any other ideas?
what do we say about murder?
It's not murder if it's a creepy doll, okay? Killing Myra is not. It wouldn't be murder. It would be a public service and a personal to me service.
A personal and private
Yes,
service.
a good thing. You've met it, haven't you?
As long as you're not eating it, I don't care what you do.
I'm not eating it. I'm not feeding it to any person, but I might feed it to Myra.
Can I try just giving it like a tiny, like the littlest lick?
You will die.
No.
Metraldi will be like, no, please don't. I need to get you to this.
Ah, fine.
I knew this mission was a bad idea.
Surrounding Gamble with things that could kill her if eaten. Yeah.
I'll do my best to restrain my sister so that we don't both die.
Would he both die if she ate
Thank
some?
you, Gimbal.
Who knows? We'll find out.
Let's not find out.
Yay.
We haven't died before.
Oh my goodness. Oh my god. How did I end up here?
At this point, Metraldi brings you to as you get further out, there's occasionally 2-story houses and things like that, and you finally reach a 2-story house that they gesture you inside. And this house It's got bedrooms, it's got a dining room with a kneeling table, as well as sort of other amenities that you'd find in like a place for like political people that are like visiting. I can't think of the word. Ambassadors, that kind of stuff. It's got like a writing desk and things like that.
Wow!
And when you walk in, there's a noise coming from the kitchen, and out walks a much smaller, that's much smaller than the Trowley, and says, "Hi, hello, I'm your cook. I'm going to be making you all your food. Because, you know, we had to get stuff specially brought in and we don't want to kill anyone. Yes, I'm Tabala Kelby."
Hey everyone, it's Ellie here. Hope you're enjoying the show so far. If you are, please consider checking out our supporter ACOS link. This is like a virtual tip jar where you can just give us a little bit of a thank you in financial form. We obviously accept thank yous in non-financial forms, and you are in no way obligated to do this. It would just be a nice cool thing. All the proceeds of that go towards things like making a web domain, investing in merch, and also compensating the lovely, lovely PCs that I have on this show, because they're great, and they deserve all the love and all the riches in the world. You can find that at supporter.acast.com/deck of many aces, with spaces in between the words. There's also a link right at the bottom of the episode description. Today's promo is for Bones of the Land. Bones of the Land is very dear to me. It is a Mount Pleasant production, so that's the same company that do Rendezvous with Destiny, and it was written by Am from the podcast, and also Stacy, who is a very good friend of the Doma podcast. It is a fantasy audio drama which imagines what might happen if the gods of myth and legend were actually real and were only sleeping and wake up in our sort of modern era, and we are forced back into a time before when magic was real. I am in it, Chloe is in it, Nate is in it, and if you listen to our friend podcasts like Brain Adventures, Snyder's Return, and the like, you will definitely hear some familiar voices, plus some new ones that you might not be expecting. I can't recommend it highly enough. I'm so excited for you all to listen to it. Roll trailer!
Once upon a time, man was no longer alone.
And then we found out, after a decade, the magic would manifest.
She looks down to see flowers blooming at her feet, stems wrapping themselves around her ankles and her toes.
Reality became history, and history a myth.
No gods but our own, else they get mad and strike us for it.
They're ready to drain you whole to get to your core, boy.
But they were there, in the bones of the land. A Mount Pleasant and Better Pictures production. You can support us and receive further updates by following @Bones of the Land on Twitter.
It's a pleasure to meet you all.
Oh my god, are we meeting Delphi's dad?
We don't know Delphi, we don't know her.
I know, but
I was wondering how long it would take. It took 3 seconds.
I knew straight away, but I was being professional because
Same.
I'm in Yaya's headspace. I can understand why Gamble would scream there.
Listen. Gamble doesn't know anything, but Ellie's in the Gamble headspace, and that means just being a disaster.
We get that vibe, yeah.
And I'm the disaster parent.
The perfect family dynamic.
Yes.
Cool, okay, Gamble doesn't know who this is. Ellie is very excited.
Would it be another episode set in the same universe if there wasn't at least one, like, somebody who's vaguely related to someone from a different campaign?
This is true.
I mean, this is directly related, so it's even...
I don't know
Yeah,
that.
they've got the same surname and everything.
Vaguely related. There's absolutely no way we could possibly know.
Nope. So
Nope, not at all.
obscure.
So Tabala says, yes, it's lovely to meet you. Is there anything I can get you to eat or to drink? I understand that you haven't been told things yet, but...
This might be slightly rogue, but do you have any seaweed snacks?
Is seaweed the brown stuff?
Sometimes.
Maybe?
It's mostly green.
Oh, yes. It's dry, right?
I'm sure we'll be fine with whatever you have.
Yeah!
It's not poisonous.
Yes, I do. They, go back into the kitchen and start, rifling around for some, and then they bring out something that, yeah, it is seaweed. They managed to find seaweed, but they also do bring out, lettuce, and they're like, I know it's one of these two, right?
Gamble takes both with the biggest smile on her face.
I wanted to do, just before that happened, just go, Gamble, now I don't want you to be disappointed if they don't have any seaweed.
Oh, it's okay. I'm just kind of testing the waters here, see what we're in for. The Grove folk have such a different culture to us. I'd be interested to see what they're like, what their definition of seaweed is. Also, it kind of reminds me of home a little bit, but in a fun way, not a sad way. Yeah, I'm just excited, to eat, to be honest.
Yeah, they bring out the seaweed and say, I did hey, this is my specialty, actually. I do non-grow folk food specific.
Oh, wow!
That's why this is why I do this, you see.
Well, that's a thing. You don't meet many seaweed specialists, even on our side of the woods.
That's true.
Yeah, I'll be honest, I'm not a fan. It's a bit bland for me, but that's the case with a lot of things from outside the forest.
I know! I keep trying to tell these guys I want to try something spicy, but they're always telling me that's a bad idea.
Oh,
you'll be
There's
dead.
a difference between exotic foods and exotic poisons.
You'll be dead.
I guess.
You'll be so dead.
We have both here.
Ooh!
I'm sure I'll be able to make something to your taste for tea. What kind of things would you like? I'm open to suggestions.
Gimbal?
I would prefer things that are nutritionally balanced.
Of course.
Just
That's my only requirement, really.
Stew? Bread, possibly?
Yes, of course, we have bread on hand.
Good, you have bread. I wasn't sure. Sorry.
What sort of bread were you looking for, though?
Non-poisonous.
We have a lot of that.
Otherwise, I have no preference. Surprise me.
Great.
I don't mind as long as it's got meat.
Sure. Yes. I think we have some.
I've got some jerky if you don't have anything.
Oh, no.
I'm not really a mealtime person. I'm more of a snacker, and I'll eat anything salty, anything sugary, anything that's got flavor. But I'm open to basically anything. I'll just graze throughout the day. I'll just eat whenever I'm kind of hungry. So, there's no pressure to, make a meal or anything. I'll just graze, whenever.
Of course.
Or I'll steal something off of Gimbal's plate.
If it's not too much trouble, I would prefer that we schedule very regular meal times.
Well, I was planning on making a meal and then looks in the kitchen at what's going on. It's in maybe 6 hours. 6 hours was the time I was thinking of.
5 or 6,
Was
you're
it
gonna
5 or
need.
6 hours? Be specific.
There we go.
No, 6 hours. I needed to remind myself of the times.
Thank you.
Gimbal, you are so predictable.
Thank you.
And then says, but for now, feel free to go explore, see what's in the thing. I understand Gertless is coming over in an hour or so. I'm not sure when their meeting ends.
3 hours.
Oh, okay. Well, until then, go.
2 hours and 36 minutes at this stage.
Well,
Great.
Thanks for
Go-
timekeeping, buddy.
Explore, see what's going on. If you want to know anything, please ask. I'm sure I can help with something or other.
Just 1 second. Eiriol, what's the bed situation? Are there any twin beds, double beds, bunk beds, anything of the like?
They have.
Are there any clocks?
Oh, my goodness.
Nate, the energy!
I already love the twins.
They've got one clock in the dining room that's hung on the wall.
Gimbal introduces himself.
Gimbal,
What? I'm only being polite.
it's a clock.
Don't crush his spirit.
Hello, clock.
Oh my gosh.
Thank you for your clockly service. Let's continue.
Gamble walks up to the clock and is like, "Hi, I'm going to summarily ignore you for the next indeterminate amount of time. Have a lovely day."
Do not appreciate the sarcasm being directed at my friend here.
It's a clock.
I'm not being sarcastic, Gimble. You know me.
No, I know you're not being sarcastic.
Good.
Maybe it's a haunted clock and we should respect it? I don't know. I don't know anything anymore.
Right, well, do you want me to find out?
You're the people to know if it's a haunted clock. This is your entire deal.
I can literally, if you give me a minute, then I can tell you if it's haunted or not. I can sense...
I assure you the plane of Mechanus is a very real place.
I'm sure it is, dear. I'm only dealing with this plane and the ethereal plane, and that's enough for me.
I would like to deal with as few planes as possible.
In terms of beds, there are 5 bedrooms, each with double beds. However, all of the beds are like 10 feet long.
Yes.
They're like double size in width and then just ridiculously long.
How are they arranged? Are they like all offshoots from the same kind of corridor?
Yeah, so I think there's like 2 on the ground floor and 3 on the... No, it'll be 1 on the ground floor, 4 on the first floor.
Okay, Gamble's gonna run up to the first floor, spin around in a circle with her eyes closed and her finger pointed out, stop on whatever door that she's happened to stop on, run in and jump on the bed and be like, "Bagsy, this one!"
Jacob takes the one on the ground floor.
Gimble is thoroughly inspecting each one to see which one is the most symmetric.
None of them are symmetric. They're all actually like identical to each other, basically. Some are like flipped depending on what side of the house they are, but they're basically identical.
Gimble freezes in the middle of the room, unsure what to do next.
Gimble, you could come and share with me!
The house is symmetrical in terms of bedrooms. The bedrooms are not symmetrical in terms of bedrooms.
I'm having difficulty determining the optimal bed.
Just pick one.
Well, this one's really comfy.
But is it optimal?
Yes?
Come
on, you know you want to.
I would like to inspect the bed to see if it is optimal.
It's a perfectly comfortable bed. It's not like a memory foam mattress level bed, but it's a nice quality bed.
No, but is it the most optimal bed in the house?
Roll for bed optimization.
It's... One sec. I need to roll a dice.
Oh my god, I'm so here for this energy.
Roll?
Extremely important.
For bed optimalness,
This bed is closest to the stairs down. This is the closest bed to the stairs. Whether that's the optimal bed, it's up to you.
It would be convenient if we needed to make a quick exit, but if I roll off the bed, I might fall down the stairs.
That would take a considerable amount of rolling.
You won't fall down the stairs, Gimble.
There is a non-zero possibility that I will fall down the stairs.
Myra told me that you won't fall down the stairs, and as we know, Myra has much power. You will not fall down the stairs. I know this because Myra told me so.
Oh.
Do you have to roll deception for that?
Oh yeah, Myra has no power to do that I'm aware of. Deception.
Okay.
Oh look at my
Also,
+7 to
I'm
deception.
really enjoying Eiriol being like, this will definitely be 4 episodes, and we've spent 10 minutes discussing which bed we would like to sleep in.
I told you.
This is fine.
6.
Jacob has rolled 3 + 7 to lie about Myra's knowledge.
Oh, that is not... I feel like...
I mean, Gimble rolled a
Gimble.
6 + 4 insight.
Oh! So you're unsure, but I think what it is that if you want to believe them, you very much can do.
Gimble's eyes narrow, but he really wants to believe there's that much order in the universe, and picks that bed.
You solved my bed puzzle.
Excellent.
There was an instant death trap if you chose the wrong bed. Well done. Is there anything that you would like to do before you get your briefing on what's going on?
I would like to wander around the city. If it is it big enough that I could wander around the whole thing in 3 hours? I suppose small enough.
You wouldn't be able to
too
wander
big?
around all of it. You
Okay.
get a sizable chunk in 3 hours.
Because
Yeah.
I would like to kind of wander around as much of it as I can and try and form like a mental map of it. as much
Okay.
as possible.
Do you want solitude, or would you be okay with someone tagging along?
I wouldn't mind anyone tagging along. I thought I would probably be like, right, I'm going out to scout now. Can I trust you on your own, or do I have to take you all with me?
Of course!
Gamble, where are you going?
Out of character, how much do I know about the Grove Folk City and its layout? Because I want to explore, but I don't know what I'm looking for.
Like, in terms of layout, you don't know much. Like, it's not like a tourist attraction. There are no, like, maps you can buy, because no one comes here that isn't planning on staying here. But in terms of, I mean, you can ask Tabala about any
I will
sites.
do that. As you ask Gamble, what are you planning on doing? Gamble says, good question. Tabala, what are the, must-see things in the city for us to do?
Well, it depends what you're looking for. I think you walk through a smaller market, but there's the main market to the east of Kalratee, and then there's the craft quarter in which most of the things in the city are made.
Like clocks?
It can be incredible. No,
dang it.
They do a lot of weaving and spinning and dyeing and things like that. There's some amazing clothing that you can see. Beautiful. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't know. I mean, of course there's the tree, but you're not allowed to go up the tree. But you can go in the roots. Although it's not the most interesting thing. It's just I don't know what you call the administration place for the city and where we bury people. I think that's what you call it.
Okay.
Do you cover them in oil first?
Yes.
Oh my god. Yes.
Oh,
yes, the Grove Folk tradition
Get through one session without the word basting being used, please.
Baste this boy in veggie oil and send him on his way.
Stop.
I think this is the fifth time we've had an episode with the word based in
I
it
hate
now.
that.
I didn't say based.
It's gonna be. Yeah. You did bring this up.
The reason that Jacob originally asked for Gamble's itinerary is because he wants to go wherever Gamble is not going, because it stresses him out so much.
Aww.
So much.
Okay.
Gamble's gonna turn to Gimble. Anything on there you particularly fancy?
I fancy, and I know that this may be a difficult task, but I'm going to follow you and ensure that you don't die.
In that case, let's go to the craft fair. I'm sure we'll find something that's interesting for you and cool for me too.
Very well.
So, Yaya, shall we go to the other parts of the city?
Yes, I think that would be wise.
Yeah.
Obsessed with this party dynamic.
It's like they don't hate each other.
Well, if we don't get any of them killed, then we can bring them back for a sequel one day.
Hell yes.
They don't hate each other, but they hate each other. You know, it's a family.
Did someone say found family dynamics?
I don't know if it's found family so much as more as like a found babysitter.
We love each other very much, but we can't be in the same room for more than 5 minutes.
Speak for yourself. I thrive off the disorder and chaos that this group brings.
We can tell.
Sometimes the family is just two babysitters. Gimble and Gamble are going to the craft district, and where were the other two going again?
Opposite direction?
Yeah, you were planning on just exploring the city, right, and mapping it out.
Yeah. I imagine, if we can't get around the whole city in 3 hours, it'll probably be more of a kind of, this is the craft quarter, as opposed to, roads, and maybe some main thoroughfares or whatever, but just as much as I can do, so I know where we're going.
I think the craft quarter is going to be closer than... Well, I guess you're kind of walking around the rest of the city. So you're just kind of walking around. You will probably end up going past the craft quarters at one place, but there's other bits. There's bits where they deal with food, and there's lots of stuff surrounding that. There's a lot of it is housing, and then it's a strange kind of city. It's not wildly busy. It's quite spread out. Actually, a lot of the buildings have gaps in between them. It's very open. Yeah, you can walk around and see whatever sites you can find. Let's start off with the craft quarter, though.
Cool.
Is there anything particular that you are looking for? I'm guessing Gimble is looking for a clock shop.
Oh, yeah.
Roll an investigation check. This is the first roll of the thing.
Besides the deception check.
Yeah, the deception check.
Oh yeah, despite the deception check.
And the bed effectiveness.
Yes, I'm not
roll.
counting the bed.
Optimality.
Sorry, optimality.
Optimality.
13.
You don't find a clock shop, sadly. You're not sure if there is one in the city, or if there is, it's not around here.
Any forges, artificers?
You do find a forge, though. It's sort of it's a jewellery forge kind of thing. They're making smaller items, piercing and the like, as well as some like other things. You don't actually kind of know what they are. There's like weird, just kind of like plates and like decorative. They look like decorative items, but they're like a bit too small to like be decorative items. You're not really sure what they are. And there's a grow folk who's working on stuff. They're probably taking a break.
Excuse me?
Yes.
Can I see how you make things?
Of course. I'll be starting back in a couple of minutes.
How many minutes?
Whenever I feel rested.
Gimbal looks surprised or disconcerted.
Probably soon. Is there anything that takes your fancy?
I'm really more interested in methods than in product.
Fair enough. Gamble, did you come in with them, or are you exploring other parts?
I think I'm exploring other parts of the city, or of the craft thing.
Yeah, they'll start doing stuff. They're doing quite small items. So at the moment, they're actually forging like ball bearings. They're not perfect, obviously, but they're doing sort of sets of them at a time, forging from stock and doing them, and then striking them off and going on to the next one.
Excuse me.
Yes.
Can I help?
Oh my god.
I mean, I don't know if you know the tools well enough, sorry.
I don't mean to be a silly goose, but your ball bearings are not spherical.
They don't need to be. They're not.
Oh.
They're.
Oh, so they absolutely do need to be spherical.
They don't need to roll perfectly. I mean, they're spherical, but not like perfectly round. And actually, they don't need to be spherical. They could be any shape I want. This is just the easiest shape to do.
I'm going to leave now.
Oh no!
This is the worst person you could have talked to in any capacity.
Also, every so often, I am using an action to peek through Gamble's eyes to make sure that she's not tasting any spicy veg.
There's no spicy veg around this area.
Except the snacks from the shopkeepers.
I was gonna say, I feel like every time you do it, she is like moments away from putting something definitely hazardous in her mouth, and then she like senses you do it and she goes, "Oh, fine," and puts it down.
Basically, none of this is food, by the way. It's all just like random things that maybe look a bit like food, but are just like bits of fabric or bits of like random knickknacks that you've just found and like, this looks like it's edible, and then are about to put it in your mouth.
That's absolutely on brand.
Probably less inedible than the actual food. This is probably better for you than the actual food.
Gamble, that's not even food.
What even is the definition of food? Everything's edible if you try hard enough.
Now, I can't argue specifically with that, but it doesn't seem right.
I know how to get through your logic.
Hey, Webster, did you design this character specifically so you could cackle?
No, but the cackle inspiration is entirely devoted to Entraptor from the She-Ra series.
Oh my god, okay.
That's the energy that we're bringing to this.
I mean, I love it, but
Thank you.
Yaya, do you want to quickly give me a investigation check just to map out the city?
Oh, I roll.
Unless you have like mapping tools or something like that.
No,
can I help her?
I don't think I have any tools. I don't think. Oh, wait!
Sure,
I do have cartographer's tools.
Oh my god!
Oh wow! Great.
Ranger.
Yeah, roll with
Well,
those.
I don't actually know. That's a lie. I have proficiency in cartographer's tools, but I don't have any.
You can have cartographer's tools. It's just paper
As a treat.
and pen.
Yay!
Yeah, as a treat.
I'm making a map. In my investigation, I also rolled a 21.
I was about to say I would help you
21.
to give you advantage on the roll by keeping an eye out for things, but I didn't really need to. Jacob was useless.
Yeah, that's why I said it, because I was like, don't think you need to.
He would have helped, though.
So-
he's trying.
Yeah, I think Jacob still helped.
There isn't actually a map of this city, like an official one or anything. There's like probably vague maps of it that are like this area and this area, but like there's no like specific map. And you haven't managed to map out all of the city in the time that you've had, but you've pretty perfectly mapped out a good portion of this city to really high quality as well. And like you've done it like mentally as you're going along, memorizing the things and like writing down certain stuff. And then when you've gotten back, you've like put it all in writing and actually started to draw it out.
This is how I make my millions, everyone.
But before you get back, and this will happen to Gimble and Gamble as well, while you're walking through the craft quarter, you start to hear a sound coming from Kalratee, which you can like vaguely see off in the distance at this point. It's a song you can hear, and as you start to pick up on this song, the grow folk around you will put down whatever they're doing, stop walking along, stop their things for the day, and they start singing along with this song. And it sort of spreads out from the centre of the city, moving through the streets. And by the time it's sort of gone past you, it's almost deafening with the sound of thousands upon thousands of people singing in unison. It's not long, they're only singing for like a minute or so. But once the song sort of peters out, almost in unison, like obviously there's a bit of like difference as the sound is moving along. And and everyone kind of carries on with what they're doing. The one thing that does happen afterwards is you hear this sound of a bell ringing throughout the city, like wherever you are, and it rings around 16 times. It would have been 17 times this. You carry on with your trips, with your journeys, and seeing sort of the sights, relative sights of Kalratee, before you have to make your way home to get your debriefing for your ghost hunting mystery.
17 is a prime number.
Before we end, Nick, do you want to tell us who you are and where we can find you?
Sure.
As you are our wonderful special guest.
Yeah!
Hello. I am a member of the Cast of Many Things, which can be found on Twitter at Cast O Many Things. We do a bunch of things, as the name implies. I am the GM or Weaver for our Princess World short shots, as well as often a GM for our Test Kitchen, which, if you love listening to these wonderful folks on Doma as much as I do, you should go listen to our crossover, well, not really crossover, but our collaboration, Worms in Space, which is a feel system RPG one-shot that was just wild.
Just so much fun!
It was wonderful.
One of the best things I think I've ever participated in, to be honest.
I've never had so much fun playing a sentient bedazzled lasso.
Petrie is love, Petrie is life.
We're gonna have to do another one of those.
Hell yeah.
Continuation.
Oh, can I come into that one as well?
Oh
yeah.
Deck of Many Aces is Am Chisholm, Chloe Elliott, Eiriol Evans, Katie McLeod, and me, Ellie Webster, and in this special episode featuring Nate Scott Jones. Deck of Many Aces can be found on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Deck of Many Aces, and you can tweet at us with the hashtag DOMA, that's DOMA. We're also on Podchaser, so if you'd like to leave us a review, we would really appreciate it. You can find us by searching for Deck of Many Aces on Podchaser. If you want to hear more of the music from the show, then you can check out Chloe Elliott's SoundCloud and also stream the first 5 songs of the Doma official soundtrack, now available on Spotify, Amazon Music, Apple Music, Deezer, and wherever else you get your actual music. This is exciting for us. You can also find Chloe on Twitch at Chloe_with_the_flow, where she streams on weeknights and Sundays, and she streams a variety of different games. You can also listen to Chloe and Eiriol in Cast of Many Things Masks one-shot. This is I say one-shot. It's a short series, very similar to this one, with lots of special guests and some regulars from the Cast of Many Things. It's a really, really good time. You should definitely check it out. Chloe, Am, and I can all be found on Bones of the Land, which is a new fantasy audio drama which is releasing every Sunday, wherever you listen to podcasts. You can also listen to me on Employees Be Damned, a Brain Adventures podcast, which again is a 6-shot that is set in the 9 Hells, when a mole descends into the 9 Hells and the poor customer service workers have to work for hellish employees. It was a lot of fun to record. The first 2 episodes are out and the following 4 are coming out subsequently. I really, really, really would love it if you listen to this. It was my first professional podcasting experience and I had a lot of fun with it. You've already heard all about our Acast supporter link, so I won't bore you with the details again, but I will ask you that if you have some money spare and if you're feeling in a giving spirit, we would really appreciate it if you just gave us a little tip. It's at supporter.acast.com/deck of many aces with spaces between the words, or dashes. I always say spaces, but I mean dashes between the words. That is probably everything from me today. Next episode is out on the 26th of November. You'll get to hear the second installment of the Spicy Interlude. I'm really excited for this one shot. It was a whale of a time. It was so much fun to record, and I had a wonderful experience with it. So I will see you all very, very soon. Have a nice week. Bye!